Hello everyone, welcome to Wednesday night, Whimsical Wednesday here on the Dixie Belle Paint page. How are you guys? Please say hello when you come on. My name is Tracey and I am the owner and creator behind Tracey's Fancy. I am a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint and I am here live on their page every single Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Central Time, bringing you into my shop and working on whatever order I have going on right now. So we are sideways tonight, which is a little bit different. Most of the time I feel like we're up and down. I'm hoping you'll be able to see what I'm going to show y'all tonight. I want to talk about bleed through. Everybody talks about bleed through. We talk about what it is. We tell you that it's the wood tannins from the wood. We try to tell you that it really it's not a top coat problem. It is an actual wood tannin problem. We try to explain to you how it happens and why it happens, but we don't ever really do it. So I thought we might could do it. Yes, Jerry. So I am here in San Antonio, Texas, and it's storming. So I'm going to give you guys a little heads up ahead of time. Anytime it's storming, we end up with internet problems, and it is pouring right now outside. It was pouring last night too. So yeah, I think it is kind of all over Texas right now. I wish it would rain in California. Don't y'all wish it would rain in California? California could use some rain right now. Brittany, hello, and hello, Joy. Please tell us where you are tuning in from. Say hello when you come on. Let us know if you're new to Dixie Belle. If you have no idea what's going on, ask questions. We have lots of people that are here every single week, every single night of the week. We have a loyal following, a wonderful paint community here, and anyone can help you with questions that you might have. And Dixie Belle is usually here behind the scenes as well. I haven't seen them come up yet, but they're usually here with me to answer questions. I forgot to put an apron on. Let me grab an apron real quick. Hold tight. Okay, because I have a skirt on tonight. I don't want to, normally I don't wear an apron. Washington and Oregon could use some rain too, Brittany. Yes, you could. Thank you, Donna. Thank you so much. And thank you, Marissa. Hello. Hi, Sue. Hi, Carol. How are you? And Bonnie, hello. Oh, my dog scared me. I thought water was coming in. Sometimes my shop floods. We did good last night. We did good. It's kind of scary because we have to get out here and lift all the furniture up. Okay, so this is the deal. Let me get some, let me show you what I've done. First of all, okay, this is a client's armoire. This is a client's armoire, and I'm doing a custom piece for her. It is not going to be white. Hi, Linda and Linda, two Lindas. Hi, Connie. It's not going to be white, but just because I knew for sure that this would bleed through, I thought, well, let me just do some white on here and I'll see if I can show them. White's kind of a tough color because you can't see it with the light shining as much. Woo, Julie, really? Oh my goodness. Oh, Dixie Belle's on now. Hi, hon, how are you? Hi, Terry. Terry, yes, this is your armoire. Are you ready? So I've cleaned it. I've cleaned the armoire and I used White Lightning. Looks like this. Comes in a crystal form. In this little jar. You add it to water. Super easy. Instructions are on the jar. I keep it in a spray bottle all the time. This is my cleaner bottle. Very professional looking with blue painter's tape. It says cleaner. That's how I do it. And I sprayed the entire thing down with White Lightning. Didn't figure y'all wanted to see me do that. We've done that before. It's not very exciting. But this is what came off of it right here. This was my White Lightning. This is sometimes this can just be dirt and old polish and stuff. But if you don't clean it off well, this will also bleed through your paint. So nicotine, dust, dirt, grossness. So that was that. After I put my White Lightning on, I also shower it. So I White Lightning all over, wipe it all down, and then I spray it down with a shower of water. This is not Jack Daniel's whiskey. This is straight water. Someone give me this bottle. I spray the whole thing down, and this is still what came off on it. Wait, there you go. This still came off, even after White Lightning, and then this is the water. This is a pretty good indicator that I'm gonna have, hey, Rebecca. Oh, good, I'm so glad. Hi, Nina. Nina, I got I'm waiting to hear back from your guy. Nina's got a lot of furniture to ship to her in Florida. And so yes, I got my shipper guy. So anyway, this is still coming off. So when you have this coming off after you've cleaned and cleaned, you pretty much know that you got a bleeder. Exactly, Brittany. We got a bleeder. 911, we got a bleeder. So, bleed through. All right. So what I've done up here on this side is I went ahead and I painted some white because I wanted to see if it would actually do it. It's really not that visible, but we're gonna do it anyway. I wanted to have a bleed through with you guys on camera. Now, what I did was I painted it, and then I went ahead and I saw it through the paint anyway. Sometimes you won't see it. So this is the deal. You've got a piece that looks like this. You clean it off really good, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna paint it, it doesn't have to be white paint. I'm gonna paint it gray. I'm gonna paint it a light gray, or I'm gonna paint it the Gulf, you know, like a pretty aqua blue. Bleed through will still come through. Bleed through will still come through Stormy Seas. Bleed through will still come through Manatee Gray. Bleed through will show through anything other than like aubergine or caviar or midnight sky, or in the navy maybe. Otherwise, bleed through will show up, okay? So I'm doing it white just because that's easiest to show you. You need to test it. If you have any question at all, you test it. So this is what you do. Here's my fluff. I've got my fluff. So you've got your piece at home, whatever piece that is. And you just get a paintbrush and you just find a corner. You just go do it on a corner or around the side. But for camera purposes, I'm gonna do this with y'all. Now I'm gonna move, we have 250 people on here. I'm gonna move my camera, and sometimes that causes internet problems, but I need to bring you up close, okay? So I'm gonna bring you up here. Please, please, internet, be kind. Now, I don't know if y'all can tell, but does it look dingy right here? Do you see that? Does it look dingy? It's dingy. It's bled. It has bled already. It's dingy here. It's dingy in the cracks. It's just dingy. It doesn't look like our pretty fluff. So let me put, this is how you would test. You would just put some of your paint on. Now I'm gonna put fluff right up next to it. Now this piece is not going to be fluff. Actually, I'm gonna have some fluff on this side, but it's a surprise, so I can't tell you. And my client's on here right now, and I'm gonna surprise her. So, Miss Terry, so I'm not going to say what I'm doing. Look at the difference between those two. This is nice and clean and white. This is bleed through. This is fluff that looks like drop cloth now. It now looks like drop cloth, yet it's got grunge in between. It's come through as like, it looks like coffee stains on there. It's a big difference. So you paint your piece and it's showing up immediately. I can see, oh man, I'm gonna try to bring y'all down and show you this. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Can you see? It's already starting to bleed through. Like grungy yuck is already coming through. I'm gonna bring the camera up. Now here's where I'd already painted. Up here, that's where it gets ugly. And you can start to see some of the yellowy and the stain. Look up in there. It looks gross. You see that? See the difference between the colors? I'm gonna go down one more time so that you can start to see some of the yuck coming through. Oh, yay. The internet was kind to us today. I was really nervous. Okay, so sometimes it happens immediately and you're like, what the heck? And you're like, what is on my brush? What is that? Nope, that's bleed through. And I mean, it's probably wood tannins, but it could be oils and stuff. This piece is old. So you've got to make a barrier. The reason bleed through happens with chalk mineral paints versus a latex paint. If you use a latex paint, you're not gonna have this happen. But the problem is latex paint does not adhere well to furniture at all. So latex paint has, you know, like it's rubbery and the bleed through won't soak through that. However, latex paint, once it's painted on, even if you seal the top of it, if it gets nicked or scratched, we've talked about this before. If it gets nicked or scratched, you can pick it and you can just peel it away like a sheet. It'll just peel off like a sheet. So that's a latex paint. Chalk paint is made with minerals and clay and natural products. It's wide open, it's very porous. So when you paint it on, anything that's oily or old or those wood tannins will seep through the pores of that. And it gets even worse when you put a top coat on it. Yes, exactly. Dixie Belle's putting it in writing right there. Oh, Pamela, thank you. Thank you. So when you put a top coat on it, which it's not, the top coat's not the problem, but there is this sort of like a osmosis type thing that happens where the water-based top coat draws the tannins through that porous chalk paint. So you have to put a barrier there before you put your chalk paint down. Even if it doesn't show up here yet, try a little sample piece. If it doesn't show up, however this one did, if it didn't show up, then let that dry. Then go get your top coat that you're gonna put on it. If it's gonna be satin, gloss, flat, gator hide, whatever top coat you wanna put on. Put your top coat over your sample piece, walk away. Sometimes it might happen instantly, but walk away and come back to it and you'll see this dinginess. You'll see that. That's a big, no phone. Oh my gosh. Did you feel like you were on a carnival ride? Okay. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this just for kicks. We're going to do this. I'm going to slap some more paint on here. Just like this. Nope, we've done no primer. We need primer. We need Boss. We need Boss to the rescue. Big time. But I'm going to do this for right now. And we're going to step over to the other side. Slapping this on. Don't worry, Terry. Your armor is going to be amazing. But I'm using it as a test right now. Okay, so that's that. So now I'm going to get my Boss. Paige, I did. I am so glad. Wendy says, I have a question. Can you tell me what to do when the holes you filled keep showing up? I've done 2. Oh, wow. So you filled holes, were they holes like where your hardware was? And what did you use? Did you use mud? Done 2 coats of Boss and 2 coats of fluff. Someone suggested I put clear coat over the spots. I did it waiting to see if they'd be gone. Please help. I need to know what you filled, Wendy, what you filled those holes with, and then what you're trying to paint over it. Okay, I know you said yes, but I think I might have asked you like 3 questions. So type out what you filled them with, and then type out what color you're painting over the top of them. But Boss White should have done it, but I don't know what color you're trying to go over. So someone said I did answer their question, which makes me super happy. I'm glad you've done this video. I see so many people say chalk paint doesn't. Yes, it does. It does need primer. It will adhere. I cannot get my Boss open. Chalk paint will adhere beautifully to furniture if you've prepped right. Like if you've cleaned right, you've removed the oils, it will adhere unless it's something super, super slick. Then you need like a bonding primer. But if you have any type of wood that you're wanting to paint over that has bleed through issues, that it's going to happen. You're going to see it. You have to prime for those issues. Not always. Furniture, a lot of furniture is light already, like it's already like light woods, and you can test a corner and you don't have bleed through, you go ahead and paint it white, paint it drop cloth, paint it pale pink. It doesn't matter if it doesn't have a bleed through issue, but it's up to you to find that out. Don't spend all your time painting it and come to find out you should have primed it first. So this is Dixie Belle Boss. I am not telling you that you have to prime all your pieces. That for sure does not need to be done. For sure. But this one, when you clean your piece and you have white lightninged and washed with water and you still get this much stuff coming off, you need to prime. You got to block all that stuff in. You got to lock it. You got to lock it in there. Let's see. Did Wendy, did she answer me yet? Hi, Tracy. Terry, you're so sweet. Okay, Dixie Belle's answering. Good. Okay, it was Dap Wood Filler. I've ordered mud, but not here yet. It's over a dark stain on a bedside table. And Wendy, so I haven't used Dap before. And if anyone has on here, please feel free to answer Wendy. We are a group community here. We would love to help her out. So I have not used Dap Wood Filler, but in my opinion, I don't know what color you're going for. You said it was a dark stain, but what color are you going to paint it? Dixie Belle can't get white lightning in the UK. Dixie Belle, can you answer her? Use the mud over the Dap. That's a really good suggestion, Gail. Oh, Dap is oily, so it's the oil that's coming through. Okay, Gail, see? That's what I love about these meetings. We learn so much. Okay, and you're using fluff. So it's the oil. Gail is saying that Dap has an oil in it, and it's coming through. So let's see, Cynthia, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Can you use regular primer under Dixie Belle paint? Okay, let me finish answering Wendy's. So Gail had a great suggestion. When you need to block that. So I would think Boss White, not Boss Clear, but I would think Boss White for sure would block that. But I would use the mud when you get it, if you can wait. If you can wait for it to arrive, just scrape some mud over that. That should block that for you. Then you may need to Boss and then put your fluff on. But I would use Boss White. I would use Boss White. I would use Boss White. I would use Boss White if you can, if you have it. Okay, so this is my Boss that I'm putting on now. Just putting on a pretty liberal, it's a pretty liberal coat. It's not super thin. And I'm gonna talk to you about that because sometimes you need to do a couple of coats of Boss. For the most part, I usually only need to do one coat of Boss, but I'm gonna tell you about a piece that I just did, that I just finished. Y'all saw, we worked on it together last week. And I'm gonna tell you on the second nightstand, I actually had to do 2 coats of Boss. So let me tell you about that. Okay, so now we've got the upper done in Boss. So what this is doing is this is literally getting in every little nook and cranny, and it is sealing that wood. It's sealing it shut. It's going to hold the wood tannins in. This piece is very old. It has a little bit of a smell. It's going to lock that odor in. It blocks odors, stains, and stops bleed through. So it will also cover up your odors. Now, Boss Clear, when you open this piece up, it has a little bit of a smell on the inside too. Not bad, but just it smells like someone else. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So you can also put Boss Clear. Like if we want to leave this the natural wood, which I do want to on the inside. It's beautiful. But if you really wanted to, you could put Boss Clear over it, but you could also use one of the wood conditioners that has the Suzanne's Garden or the orange citrus smell. Let's see here if I missed any else. Finally able to connect. Yay. Oh, Audrey, did we lose some people? Hi, hun. Will the Clear Boss stop the run through too? Clear Boss and White Boss both will stop bleed through, but I like White Boss. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I can see it. It just gives me more confidence. It's my go-to unless I'm trying to use it over raw wood. Glad I'm watching. I have Dap and was going to use it. Just learned about Dixie Belle Mud the other day in a video. Oh, Tasha, good. I love Dixie Belle Mud. We did the crocodile drawers with Dixie Belle Mud, right? Will your brush strokes show with Boss? Yes. I mean, if you're, okay, I am the wrong person to ask that because I don't mind brush strokes at all. I just don't mind them. I like that look, so I'm okay with that. However, Dixie Belle has great levelers in it anyway, self-leveling properties in the paint itself. But yeah, you're right. When you use the Boss, you know, there's a trick to that. You can paint your Boss on, and then you just have your little foam pad like this. Oh, I thought I had one over there. I thought I had one. Hold on. Okay, there's 2 tricks. If you are worried about brush strokes, when you put your primer on, you can paint it on, and then as soon as you paint it on, take your little foam applicator pad just like this, and you can just run it down just straight down, and it will take your brush strokes right out. Not hard, don't put it on there and rub it off, but put it on and just slightly run it down. Mine's already started to set up, so I'm not gonna do it. So that's one thing. The other thing is, we talk about this all the time here on Wednesday nights because I'm a big pouncer. I do pouncing. So this is a pounce technique. Let me show you this. This eliminates brush strokes completely. So you can either just do like this, just pouncing in, and this will start to self-level itself. And when it does, it gives you more of a sprayed on look. It gives you a little bit of a sprayed on look. I do it because it gives me a little bit of added texture and I like that, but it's not brush strokes. Another way to do it is put it on like this, brush it all on, and then go back real quick and pounce it out. Or if you have a flat surface, you can use a roller. This gives you a sprayed on roller finish. And I call this pouncing. We do it a lot. I do it for different reasons. I do it for better adhesion, I feel like, if I'm using slick stick on surfaces. I do it on Boss for different reasons if I want to add a little bit of a different texture. So that right there will eliminate brush strokes. Let's see. Michelle likes to pounce her boss. Michelle has watched for a long time, so she's a pouncer. We should do a hashtag pouncer. Let's see. Dixie Belle's answering. Thank you, Dixie Belle, for answering her. Yeah, it's clear so you don't have that white halo effect. What is it? Okay, she's answering Lisa. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this over here, even sometimes when you put your boss on, you will start to see a little bit of bleed through come through. That's not near as bad as it is over here with just straight paint. So what I want to tell you is, if you will notice on your jar of Boss, it actually says, let me tell you what the instructions actually say. Okay, stir thoroughly, apply with a brush or roller, test stain blocking, apply Dixie Belle paint to a small stain section to see if the stains bleed through. If so, apply a second coat and test again before painting the entire area. If bleeding continues, this is important, if bleeding continues, a longer dry time is needed. For odor blocking, you should always apply 2 coats. I added a few extra words in there, but it doesn't say always. And if odors continue, a longer time is needed as well. Sorry, something's in my eye. So my point is, when I did that Bombay nightstand from last week, the first one didn't do this to me, but the second Bombay stand, for some reason, I primed it, and because I could tell that I was going to have some bleed through, especially around my carvings. And then when I let it dry, I noticed that the bleed through was still coming through my Boss. So I knew that I needed another coat of Boss on top of that. And then I let it dry like overnight before I came back and continued to paint. Usually with Boss, I will just put my Boss on, 1 coat, let it dry to touch, and then I just start painting. I don't wait a long time. I'm super impatient and I don't always go by the rules. So I wanted to let you know, don't just think because you slap it on and you move on, that's going to fix it. You may have to do a second coat, and if it's even coming through the second coat, you may need to wait overnight, come back the next morning, and then start your paint. You need to let it really cure and set up and lock it in. Okay. Let's see. I have to say I love the color, but I am a really bad painter, so too many flaws. Not sure what to do. Get better skills. Vintage Duck Egg. First time using Dixie Belle. Really? Oh, I love vintage duck egg, and it's your first time. Okay, child's rockers are difficult. Did it have spindles? Spindles are hard. Love the color, but I'm a really bad painter. You're not a bad painter. You're painting. See too many flaws. We're hard on ourselves. Flaws probably maybe are like drips. Did you go back and check for your drips? If you're painting rockers, they have lots of spindles, and you have to look from every single angle, and then you got to paint and move on, and then you need to go back, and I call it babysitting. You got to go back and babysit your paint. You need to go back to your spindles and babysit them, and take your little brush and dab away any drips that you might have seen or any puddles that started to gather, and then move on to another area again, Marcia. I just call it babysitting. And you're a beginner, so don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard. I'm really proud of you for doing it. I'm proud of you for choosing a color. Some people get stuck on choosing a color. So good for you. Now pick something else and do it again. Or pick another color and practice on that chair again. You know, you can just keep painting. You can keep painting it. Let's see. I honestly thought you were saying you wanted to pounce your... Oh my goodness, Susan. No. Shirley, Jackie Francis, so I cannot order it here. Practice makes perfect. That is right. You're here, Linda. Sand in between coats, spindles. Yes, spindles. Okay, Marcia. Turn them upside down and inside out, Mary Jo's saying. So those little rocking chairs, like paint it and then flip it. And then look at it from that angle. You'll be amazed all the wood you'll see. And then flip it back and then turn it left and then turn it right or walk around it. You can leave a room and come back and be like, what? I swear I got that area and I didn't. I put Boss on one of those office furnitures from Solder Desk. Office furniture from Solder Desk. I know it's pressed wood with a veneer on top, but it's not, oh, come on. With a veneer on top, but it's not shiny, but it's red. So I used white Boss. Certain spots look like the Boss wasn't adhering, even though I cleaned it well. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That's a great question. My grandfather clock, I had to do the same thing. So I had a grandfather clock. It was from, you know, overseas. Someone military bought it and then brought it back, and then I bought it off of Marketplace. I bossed it, and I had some areas that were like slick, even though I'd cleaned it with white lightning. And my Boss wasn't sticking. It was like, looked like an oil slick almost was coming through. So I think there were just some oils and stuff that weren't sticking, and my Boss wasn't adhering. So I let that dry, and I went back with Slick Stick, and totally solved my problem. Totally did. Do we pass the sanding pad over it before painting? I don't do that with my Slick Stick or my Boss. I just lay down my primer and then I do my paint. These don't have, the reason we use that little sanding sponge like this, either one of these, this is a sanding sponge and this is a finishing pad. You can use either one of these for that. These are for your chalk mineral paint. This is for your actual paint color. So these products don't have that chalky feel to them, and but the paint does. And if you like that chalky feel, leave it. Go for it. But if you like more like a buttery smooth feel, just run this real light, like I showed you last week. Just real light, like not like you're trying to tear your skin off, just light like a loofah, super light. And you can do the same thing with this. This is one side's a sponge, but this side is, I think it's a 220 grit. What is this grit? I think it's 220. And same thing, you just go right over the top, just like that. Just one stroke. You don't have to rub. Lay it down and just go, shh, and you'll hear it. That's the sound you want it to make, shh, when you run it over. We did it last week, shh, just like that. And all it does, if you imagine chalk paint leaves this mineral like sand. It leaves like a sandy top on the top of it. So if you take these little pads and you run that across and move over and run it across and move over to the next part, run it across. If you do that, it'll knock all those little mountaintops, our little micro mountains, it'll knock those off. And then you take a dusting brush or a microfiber cloth and you wipe all that off, and then you're ready to do your next coat of paint. And then when that paint dries, same thing. Do this over the top of it, to wipe it off with a dust cloth, and then it's probably time to top coat it or to wax it or whatever it is that you want to do with it at that point. Yay, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Let's see, someone had a good question. Can I do Boss Clear and then go back? Did Dixie Belle answer that? Can I do Boss Clear and then go back with no pain gel stain? So why, I don't know what it is, Cindy. I'm sorry if I missed that you were doing something else. Yes, you can use no pain gel stain over Boss Clear, but because you can use our no pain gel stain over factory finishes. You don't have to sand back to the real wood. You can just put those right over a factory finish to like enhance those finishes as well. So you could do that, but I don't know why you would use the clear and then do the no pain gel stain. I'm just not sure. Is it because of a smell or something? Is that what it is? Maybe a smell or an odor? Sorry if you asked something and I missed it. Pollyann, you're sweet. Thank you. Oh, someone, I don't know what a solder is. S-A-U-D-E-R. Oh, someone asked about the desk. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm so sorry. Next time when you have pressed wood item, try to use white lightning with a scrubby sponge to degloss. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Occasionally this will prevent you from needing slick stick. Okay, white swan, that's a good idea. Just to kind of scrub, use a scrubby soap and it'll break through some of that grease and the oil and scrub that off. That's awesome. Hi, Tracy from the Smoke and Fire in California. Hi, hon. Hi there. It's pouring down rain here, and I was saying how bad you guys. I wish it would rain in California. I wish we could send it that way. What's that sound like again? Oh, y'all are funny. Shh. Shh. What do you put on top of Dixie Belle paint on upholstery? Terry, I use the clear spray wax, but I don't spray it on. I put it I pour it in a bowl, and I just use a brush and I just work it into it really well. You can use that, but you can also use clear wax. You can just use clear wax. They say it's a little bit softer with the clear wax. I personally feel like you get better protection with the spray wax. The spray wax poured into a bowl and applied wet with a brush. That's what I do. Terry, I'm so glad you're on here. I was wondering if you were going to be on here tonight. Still wool, yes. Darlene would probably do the same as you were talking about the scrubby sponge. I think. Oh, that's the name of the desk. Easy peasy spray wax, says Miss Sue, who is painting her little booty off on shoes. Oh, it's a presswood company. I didn't even know that. Did not even know. Y'all are so smart. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Everybody's answering. Any difference prepping raw wood? No. Raw wood is great for the chalk paint will adhere. The chalk mineral paint, Dixie Belle paint will adhere to raw wood beautifully. But if you believe that wood has, it depends on what kind of wood it is. I mean, if it's cherry wood or mahogany wood and it's raw, you're gonna have to boss prime it because it's gonna bleed. There's tannins inside that wood that are gonna bleed through. If it's pine and it has pine knots, you need to boss seal those pine knots. They will continue to weep even through your paint. So you have to do that. Oh, you use easy peasy and liquid to top upholstery. Yes, I sure do. Like this apron that I have on. My apron. This was done. I taught this at the Dixie Belle painting conference, and this is I've washed this, dried it, painted in it. It's sealed with the easy peasy spray wax, and then just brushing it on. Do you need to prime a womanized outdoor bench? A womanized. I don't know what womanized is. What is womanized? Oh my gosh. Here, I have a couple things. Hold on. You want me to take this off? Okay, so here's one. This is a Dixie Belle apron. You can order these on Dixie Belle's website. And this is one of the aprons that I did. Thank you. Hold on, I'll get the other one. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I almost fell down. And then this is the other one. I did like sunset and cactuses. That's the other apron. I taught this at the, this is not a Dixie Belle apron. This apron is from Hobby Lobby. And this one is from Dixie Belle. I think, yeah, Dixie Belle's aprons. You have it, Julie. I am so glad. That was that class was so much fun. That was so much fun to teach and watch everybody work on their aprons. That was amazing. You guys, we have talked for 35 minutes. Let's turn around and see. The boss, I actually really don't have much bleed through in this boss at all. Look, it's very fresh and crisp and clean. This here, woo, we got some good bleeders right here in the middle. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see these red streaks? There's red streaks coming right down the middle of that paint. You see that? That will not stop. It will actually get worse. It'll get worse over time. And this paint has no top coat on it. So when you put top coat on it, that will even get worse. It will become more prominent, very ugly. It just gives a dingy look. So that's that. And you use Easy P. Yes, and I do a lot of tennis shoes. I do overalls. I paint on, you know, a lot of fabric. Curtains, drop cloths for curtains, that sort of thing. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. I didn't mean to promote my aprons, but y'all asked. Someone asked. So, okay, guys. Well, I love you all. This piece we will be working on probably for 2 more Whimsical Wednesdays. So I know we didn't get a lot done tonight, but I really wanted to talk through how to test for bleed throughs on your piece. How do you do a test spot? It can be a small corner, preferably if you've got an area with carvings and edges or raised areas. Pick a few spots around it and do. It's so important. It's so important. Okay. I put 2 links up at the top of this video. One goes to Dixie Belle. It's my affiliate page. You can also look up a finder with your zip code, or you can order paint from that link, and that's my affiliate link. And I also put my Tracey's Fancy Facebook page if you want to click on that and give me a like and follow over there as well. You can also find me on Instagram and YouTube and my website too. So love you all, and I will see. Terry, thank you. You guys, y'all give Terry some thumbs up. This is her armoire. I'm not going to tell them, Terry, what the theme is. I had ordered some product from Europe, from England, for the sides, and it has not arrived yet. And I checked today, and they can't even find it in tracking. I'm so mad. So I'm going to do something by hand instead. I'm like, it was meant. I'm just going to go extremely artistic, and Terry, you can handle it. I know you can, because you are like Miss Artistic yourself. So thank you so much, Nina. Thank you. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Okay. We'll be back to do some more work here on this piece. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.